Hey, what is going on, guys? Here taking a look at a p-bandai kit. As you can tell by the monochrome box art for this one, this is the Gundam TR-1 Advanced Hazel and Expansion Parts for Gundam TR-6. Quite the long title. Basically, this is just an HGUC Advanced Hazel, and you get an extra spare little runner in there, which is a set of connection parts for making your HG Woundwort, the TR-6, into different versions of the Woundwort. So there you go, that's what we got in here. And I think we do also get a set of waterslide decals in here as well, so that's also kind of nice. So as for the box, we just got similar images to what's on the Advanced Hazel box actually there, which I have reviewed that kit on its own, so I actually kind of have already reviewed this kit for the most part. And then, yeah, just got the kind of a photo here of the kit, how it's supposed to look when it's all painted up. On the bottom of the box, just the name there, and here you can just kind of see it breaks down for you what is the content. So you've got the Advanced Hazel, the expansion set, and then water decals. So there you go. Boom, boom, boom. That's what you get in the box. Simple enough. On the side, there you go. Looks like that. On the top, looks like that. No list price for this, but I believe the list price for this was only slightly more than the list price of the standard kit, which is actually not that expensive. The Advanced Zeta, like the Hazel Custom, the Advanced Hazel, the Hazel 2 are all relatively cheap kits, thankfully. But there we go. We've just got the waterslide decal sheets. Small, we got some nice logos on there, so we'll take a look at that more closely here in a moment. But let's just get through here and look for this. Here we are. Parts list first. So, here's what we've got for the new parts, but this is just the same manual that we've got with just the standard kit. So again, I've already taken a look at this, already reviewed this kit in full, so we've already seen all of this before. Won't get into that, but let's just take a look at here the new parts for this. So first of all, at the bottom we have a decal guide, so it'll show you where those decals are supposed to go on the kit. And then we have our parts list. Now these, it shows the A and the C parts, those are not new, and then the polycap parts. So I think, let's see, the reason they show not new runners on these parts lists is because something about the runner is different from the original parts list. So over here we have the original, and you have all these other parts crossed off, but on the new parts list we don't have those parts crossed off. So I guess those are sort of maybe meant to be used with this kit apparently. And the same thing there with the C runner. On the original kit we had a couple leftover parts, but on this kit we're not going to have leftover parts in the C runner. So let's see, those parts would be parts for the chest, one part for the chest, and then the parts for the backpack as well, it looks like. So take a look at the construction. So it does have you actually building the backpack from this kit, or the escape pod. And it says here to please build this backpack in order to create the Hazel Ra second form by combining with parts sold separately. So that would be for if you have the Hurudu parts. So then you can, it says to just keep these parts and actually build this backpack. Where the original runner, the original parts list here, and the original kit doesn't have you build that backpack because it's not used by the Advanced Hazel here. But if you did want to make the Hazel Ra second form, you are going to need that. So it just gives you the instructions for building this. So that's kind of cool if you do have the Hazel, if you do have the Hurudu parts set, which we do. And then down here, this is kind of the main thing. It says try attaching the expansion parts for Gundam TR-6 to the mobile suit sold separately. So it's just showing you how to fold up the Woundwort's arm, and then here is the new piece. So we have, that's the connector piece. You'll connect onto what looks like part of the Woundwort's arm there, and then you can connect on arms of either the Gaplant or the HGUC. So you can connect those onto there to make different forms. That would be for making the HGUC 2 or the Gaplant 2. And then for the legs, just fold those up and you have this connector piece for the legs as well to connect onto the leg here from the Advanced Hazel, or the Hazel Custom as well would also be able to be used with that. And see, it also has some different parts here. It says this connection part is for the Mara size legs, and these connection parts are for the ZakuAurelius arms. So you can also connect ZakuAurelius arms onto this. And then we've got a couple more. These are just, well, it just says joint parts for the 4.5mm. So any 4.5mm peg or ball joint, maybe those would be able to be used with those. Maybe that will fit a ball joint into there, I'm guessing it looks like. So let's just go ahead and take a look at this runner first, since this is, again, the only thing really new added for this kit. So yeah, it looks like those two parts there are just for adding any sort of like ball joint polycap arm, like a lot of like the HG Arm Blood Orphans arms and things like that. A lot of recent HG kits you're able to connect onto the arms of this. But then yeah, then there's just the other connectors that we've got, two for those. So this is going to be, it just says HG 144 Gundam TR-6 connection parts. there, and so that is all that's new, as well as our waterslide decals. Again, here it's just basically just the bunch of Titans Test Team logos there, and the really cool rabbit logos on there as well. So, but just for the sake of it, let's run through the rest of the runners anyway. We do also have some foil stickers in here just for the eyes and camera stuff, and a set of gray polycaps here, PC 123. Runner A in 4 colors. We've got a beam saber molded down here in clear pink, a couple of parts in red, a couple of parts in that slightly orangish yellow color up at the top for all the yellow accents, and then some black all throughout the center there. And just a heads up, the HG 144 scale Hazel originally came out in 2005, so that's going to be when the original kit came out. B runner here in that classic Titans blue. We've got the parts there for both the shields and then a bunch of other armor parts here, as well as head parts down there. We're going to see the rest of our dark blue parts here, parts for the arms, legs, waist, skirt section, all sorts of stuff here. The parts here in this warm gray color. Now this does feel slightly different from the original runner. The mold is totally the same, but the plastic does have a little bit different feel, whereas the older kits didn't have this more kind of softer feel to it. A lot of the newer kits, you guys maybe have been familiar with this if you built a lot more recent kits, the plastic has a little bit more kind of like softer feel to it. This runner is like that, whereas if you bought like a version of the original kit, it probably wouldn't have this exact same feel to it, so it's just a kind of slight difference, I guess, with this kit. Runner E1 has got a few more hand parts, as well as some parts for the front skirts, the sub arms for that, parts for the backpack, and here some more gray parts. And then runner E2, the new black parts for the feet, new white parts for the shields and sub arms and stuff, and then a couple more yellow parts there for the new V-fin parts for the head as well, and that's it. Alright, so that is it for everything that we've got in the box here. As always, guys, huge thank you to SA Gundam Store for sponsoring the review. Do check out the link to their site down below. So for the most part, there's not really a whole lot different from the original release, from this p-bandai release. Just a couple extra parts to give you some more options. So basically, you have to, there's not really a whole lot more that you can do with just this. This is just basically the key that you need to make more stuff, which requires you to buy more kits to make some other different variants and stuff. So anyway, we will take a look at as much as we can in the review. I don't have all those other kits to do all the different versions that we can make, but I will make whatever different variants and things that we can make with the Woundwort in the review. We will take a look a little bit at this Gundam as well, but again, I've already reviewed it in full, so we don't really need to spend too much time reviewing the actual Gundam itself. We're probably going to be focusing more on the expansion parts, so that'll be coming up in the review. Again, guys, big thank you to SA Gundam Store for making it possible. So if you're looking for p-bandai stuff like this and other things, do check out the link to their site. They have all that stuff, and you can save 10% off everything else on their store as well with that coupon code there. So that's all in the video description. Thank you so much for checking that out, and thank you so much for watching. If you have further questions or comments, feel free to leave those down below. I'll see you guys in the review. Bye bye.